Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. So for today's video, I've got another styling tips video. I first filmed one of these, I think it was around 2 months ago, and it got some really positive feedback from you. Loads of lovely comments saying that you would quite like for me to film more of these types of videos. So thank you very much for the feedback. Today is video number 2, so still quite a baby series here on my channel. But obviously, if you do like this and if you have any suggestions, then do just let me know and I will 100% continue filming these as long as you are enjoying them. So for today's video, I thought I would capture the spring vibes for this video. I don't know about you, but for me personally, spring and summer is all about the midi dresses. So as you've guessed from the title of today's videos, the styling tips I'm going to be sharing today are for wearing and styling midi dresses, particularly with spring and summer in mind, but I do have some tips for autumn and winter styling as well. Honestly, my wardrobe is filled with midi dresses. I really do love them. If you follow me on Instagram, then you'll know that I have a thing for midi dresses. I'm constantly wearing them. I think this week, because we finally had some sunshine, I have just been posting loads of midi dresses. So if you want to see more of my outfits, by the way, and my daily style, then do head over to my Instagram. I am at Peexo on Instagram and I share outfits daily and also other bits and bobs like life in London and some beauty things on my stories as well. So do give me a follow on Instagram if you don't follow me already. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, then please do subscribe. I would love to have you here as part of my little family on YouTube as well. I post loads of fashion content, outfit ideas, styling tips, how to style videos and haul videos as well. So if that's your kind of thing as well, then please do subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Okay, so let's start off with the video. Similarly to my previous styling tips video, which was styling tips for wearing tonal one colour outfits, I have a PowerPoint. So I've got a PowerPoint for me to go through. It's got all the images that I will be sharing within this video so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about in outfits that I have previously worn. So hopefully you like that, and let's get started. Styling tip number 1 is to style your midi dresses with boots. Very easy, seems like a very easy thing to do, and it really is. So outfit number 1 for this category is one of my most recent looks. This was one when I was dreaming of spring, but the weather wasn't quite there yet. So it was a great transitional piece. Midis are fantastic transitional pieces if you are going from autumn to winter, or if you're going from winter into spring. It's a nice way for you to start getting those laid back, more summery, warm weather vibes. So I'm wearing this long sleeved midi dress, which I love. A long sleeved midi dress is perfect for the transitional weather as well. And I've worn this with a pair of black ankle boots. You'll see a lot of these black ankle boots. I love them. They're wardrobe essentials in my opinion, definitely a staple. Outfit number 2 is slightly more experimental in the sense that this wrap dress is a long sleeve one like the previous one, but it's a wrap midi dress, which I really like. I really think that a wrap style midi dress is probably one of the most flattering, and as this midi was somewhat experimental, I decided to experiment with my accessories as well. And so here, rather than going for a classic pair of ankle boots, I actually went for a pair of knee-high boots, which I think look really cool with this look. They are a pair of brown suede knee-high boots, which I think works really well. I think this was a look I wore around the autumn time. I think when we were going from summer into autumn, it was just a nice one for the transitional period. Like I said, throughout these outfits, I feel like pairing them with midi dresses is perfect for this time of year. And the final outfit is one from the winter, which I adored so much. I honestly think I wore this outfit on repeat. It was one of my favorites. So I've got a midi dress, of course I've got a midi dress on, but this one is a more fitted one, so it's a bodycon style, which I personally really love. It's got a high neck, which is something I really like as well, and long sleeve also. However, with this you can see that it's definitely winter. We have a winter in mind. So I'm wearing tights with this, which I think usually a lot of people will steer clear from wearing tights, particularly black tights, with dresses like these, but honestly, I feel like in the past I was definitely one of those people who would be like, oh no, I'm not gonna wear tights with this. But honestly, in the winter, it was just too cold not to. I really wanted to wear this dress and start styling it, so I did just wear it with tights, and actually I think it looks really nice. I paired this with my chunky biker boots, which is a different style of boot. You can see that with the other ones, they are heeled, so it's all about elongating the body and elongating the legs, which this midi dress can sometimes hide, particularly if you are shorter. I'm quite tall, so I don't generally have that problem, but if you are a little bit shorter, you may not wear midi dresses for that reason. So wearing something like a heeled ankle boot can be a great way to add some extra height. If you're not worried about that, if that's not a big deal for you, then I really think that biker boots, the chunky black biker boots, look fantastic with midi dresses as well. My next tip is to style with trainers. This is probably my go-to, if I'm being honest with you. This is probably what I love the most, particularly now. If we're thinking about the weather right now, this is what I'm gravitating towards the most. So first outfit is a gorgeous midi dress. Of course, I don't know why I keep saying it's midi dresses when this whole video is midi dresses. But anyway, the midi dress is obviously the focal point within this look. And as you can tell, you'll actually tell throughout a few of the outfits that I've shared in this particular category, is that most of them tend to be printed. And where they're printed, I think it's quite nice to tone things down with a pair of simple trainers. So my Vejas are probably my go-to with midi dresses, just because I feel like Veja trainers are still classics. They're still very basic. They're still very easy to style, and they're not too over the top or too fancy or anything like that, but I still think that they give a nice grown-up edge and a really put together edge, whereas a more casual trainer, like a running trainer for example, may be a little bit too casual. Whereas I feel like a Veja, obviously it's still casual because it's trainers, but it's a little bit smarter because they're Veja and they're quite smart trainers. I don't know if this is making sense, but I hope you know what I mean, or maybe you can see by the images what I'm trying to get across with my wording. As another example, this is another printed midi dress, which again I have just paired with my Veja trainers. I have an all-white pair of Veja trainers as well, which I think makes them much easier to style. I would generally say that all-white trainers are probably the easiest to mix and match with your midi dresses, just because if they're printed or if they're loads of different colours, you don't have to worry about it mixing and matching per se. Obviously everything is going to look good with a pair of white trainers, which I think is why I really like the Veja trainers, because they are just so simple and so classic. But the third outfit I wanted to share actually features chunky trainers. These are super chunky. They're really affordable ones. They're not any brand or anything like that. So I really love how these work. These work really well with this particular midi as well, because it's another wrap dress. So where it's got that wrap, you can create a little slit along the leg, which makes the whole look more feminine. So the midi dress makes it very feminine, but then you've got the chunky trainers which add a bit of an edge. So it really is just about mixing and matching things that suit your style. My next tip is to style with espadrille wedges. My espadrille wedges have come out already this year. It is too early because the weather is all over the place here in the UK, but honestly, I don't care. I am so happy to have my espadrille wedges out. They just scream spring and summer for me. I love these. I love these on holiday and I love these in the city. So the first outfit, I've got on a red midi dress. I love this colour. I love the brightness of it. I love how bold it looks. But then to tone it down ever so slightly, I went for a pair of classic black espadrille wedges. It's quite a dressy dress, so I liked the idea of adding something that complements that. Like my black espadrille wedges, I really thought they worked so beautifully with this outfit. And for my second outfit, it's all about the accessories. I've gone for my yellow espadrille wedges with this gingham midi dress and also a yellow bag as well. So I quite like the idea of mixing my accessories, or matching my accessories I should say, with the midi. So both of these are quite basic outfits, quite simple. The midi isn't too in your face, it isn't too drastic, like they're quite simple. So it's quite nice to finish off the look with a pair of espadrille wedges, which makes these perfect for an occasion, an evening out at drinks or something like that. It's just a nice, more dressed up way for a midi dress. It's an easy way to either dress them up or dress them down ever so slightly. And my final tip for footwear is to style with sandals. Now all of these outfits you'll see are actually outfits from my past holidays, so outfits that that I've worn whilst I'm on holiday, all of these in Portugal, and I just think it's so easy to wear them. Usually I go for midis in the city. I love them in London. I love that I feel confident wearing them. However, when I go on holiday, I do like to wear mini dresses and mini skirts and things like that. I'm not as fussed, basically, because I guess it's like that holiday vibe kind of thing, whereas in London I always feel like I need to be a bit more like city appropriate, I suppose. So anyway, with that in mind, I still do love midi dresses even on holiday. I just think they work so beautifully. I typically go for lighter colours and a lighter colour palette. Most of these dresses are some sort of white background to them, which is just what I personally like in the summer. It accentuates the tan, which is fantastic, and I just think it looks really chic for the summer. So for outfit number one, I've genuinely got on like these sandals that I would just throw on whenever I was leaving out the door, just to show you how easy it is to pair them and style them with alternative items. You don't have to dress up the outfit. You can absolutely dress it down and wear it super basic and super casually. Outfit number two is slightly more dressy, and I think it's slightly more dressed up thanks to the sandals. I mean, this is a gorgeous midi dress. It's definitely more of a dressed up midi dress, but the sandals really help. I feel like if I was wearing something basic, like a pair of flip-flops or something, it would dress down the look, whereas with these sandals, it really does look put together. These are some lace or ropey type sandals, which are probably some of my favourites in the summer, actually. I really do think that they look fantastic with everything, and I just think they look a little more put together and less basic. For the third outfit in this category, we've got the same thing going on. This dress is obviously quite dressy. In my opinion, it's got a really beautiful shape, it's got a really beautiful silhouette, so it's really easy to dress it up. But here, as you can tell, thanks to the sandals, it is completely dressed down in my opinion. So I wore this on just like a standard Sunday in Portugal on holiday, and I just think it looked really nice. It obviously is a little bit more dressed up, a little bit more effort has gone into this outfit, but thanks to the sandals, it dresses the whole look down and it's perfect for holiday. My next tip is to add a basket bag. I guess this one kind of matches with my last few tips. This is very much with summer in mind. So whatever midi dress you have, add a basket bag and your outfit is ready for spring, summer. I love basket bags with midi dresses because I just think the two work so beautifully together. It's something about it. I feel like a midi dress and a basket bag is a match made in heaven. So for this first one, I've got one of those more like structured kind of bags, which were very popular a couple of years ago, which I'm sure will still come back around, but this is a really cute city outfit, but also really cute on holiday as well. Outfit number two has got to be an all-time classic in my opinion. So it's the white button-down midi dress, which honestly comes back every single year, every single summer. You will see this dress. It's a guarantee. It's just so easy to style, and as you can see, I've got on some really cute shoes with this, which could dress up the look, but then I've added my basket bag and it just makes it perfect. And I really do think that basket bags just transform your midi dress. My next tip is to add a jacket. So when we're thinking about midi dresses, most of the outfits I've shared with you so far are essentially a midi dress and shoes. Like, that's it. That's how easy these outfits are to style. However, when it comes to layering them and thinking about what to pair them with, it can be a little bit trickier. So as it starts to get colder, or even just for evenings in the spring and summer when it is typically cooler, it's really nice to just add an extra layer, add an extra item of clothing to keep you a little bit warmer. So first up, the denim jacket. This is a classic, a summer classic. You cannot go wrong with a denim jacket, at least as far as I'm concerned. I really think it looks great with anything. It looks great with mini dresses, with jeans. It looks really good with shorts, with skirts, but it also looks great with midi dresses. And as you can see here, this is very much summery vibes going on. I've got the espadrille wedges, I've got the basket bag, and then I've layered with the denim jacket, which makes this great for summer days going into summer evenings as well. So here I've got another very summery midi dress. I think you can tell by the colour, this outfit was clearly me holding on to summer that little bit longer. I believe this was summer going into autumn time where it was just getting too cold, but I really wanted to make the most of my summer clothing. So this is a gorgeous blue midi dress, and what I've done is added my ankle boots. So I've got a pair of black ankle boots, and then for the jacket, it's a biker jacket. I haven't worn my biker jacket in a really long time. However, I'm loving it recently. Over the last few days, I've definitely been gravitating to it more than I usually would. So I'm really happy to see the return of the biker jacket actually, because I think it's a wardrobe essential. I think it's an absolute staple to have in your wardrobe, but I, for the past year maybe, haven't really reached for mine. So very happy that I am reaching for it again. And then if we are talking about way colder, so think autumn and think winter time, where it's definitely too cold to wear just flimsy little jackets, it's also very easy to pair your midi dresses with long coats as well. So if you're anything like me, you may love a long coat in the winter. I absolutely do. The majority of my coats are all quite long length, and it's just what I like. I think that looks great with everything, and in particular it looks great with a midi dress. I love that the lengths actually work really well together. Sometimes if you're wearing something a bit of an awkward length, I suppose, if you've got a jacket that maybe ends at your hips, it might not look as good with a midi dress because the lengths are just a little bit too different in my opinion. So it's actually really nice to have something like a long coat which will just fall over your midi dress perfectly. As you can see with this outfit, I have added the layers. I've got a roll neck going on, I've got my jacket over the top, and then of course the midi dress. So this is actually a little teaser for the next styling tip, but basically layer up. In this case we're talking about adding a jacket, but also think about the other layers as well. So my next tip naturally is to layer. So in my previous outfit you saw me layering the item, obviously more of a wintry look. So here's another example. I've got a midi dress. It is also a long sleeved midi dress, which, as you know, is a type of midi that I really like, and under this I've layered with a roll neck. Now roll necks are so easy to wear. They're such an easy layering piece, particularly for autumn winter. They are 100% one of my go-tos. I love wearing them on their own, but I also think that they are great layering pieces, as you can see with this midi dress, and I just think it works really nicely. You've seen me style this midi dress in another way as well, so it's so easy to mix and match your midis. Love how this one looks. It's got more of a grown-up vibe in my opinion. And so my next example is to show you that layering isn't exclusive to winter and the cold months. You can also layer in spring and summer. So think about the days where it's maybe a little bit cooler, but you still want to wear your favorite strappy midi dress. This was the case with this outfit that I'm wearing. So as you can see, what I've done is layered a t-shirt underneath, just a classic white t-shirt, plain white tee under this strappy midi dress. So I love the idea of adding a t-shirt and having this as your layering piece. Obviously it's something for spring summer, but still looks really cool. It just adds a different edge to your whole look in my opinion. With this outfit as well, then I've just got some heels on and then a basket bag. It's still very much spring summer ready. You definitely look at this outfit and you think spring summer, or at least I do when I look at it. I know that this is a spring summer outfit, but it's nice that you've still got that element of layering within as well. For my final styling tip, it had to be dressed up, because dressing up midi dresses is one of my favorite things whenever I have a sort of occasion to go to, whether it be maybe a wedding in the summer, or if it's an occasion at Christmas, like a Christmas party or something like that. My go-to is always a midi dress. I just think they're so flattering. I love midi dresses. I'm a big midi dress lover. So I've got two examples to share of how I style up midi dresses. So the first is this possibly my all-time favorite midi dress. I love this dress so much. It's a gorgeous slinky little number which is beautiful for occasions. So really simply, I have just paired this with some strappy sandals. These are nude strappy sandals, and then I've got a little clutch bag to match as well. Very easy to do, but as you can see, this is just instantly elevated. This dress was just so affordable. I remember it being under £30 when I got it, so I was so impressed by the quality and just how expensive it looked. And this was an outfit I actually wore to a wedding in the summer and I loved it. One of my favourite dressed up looks. For the next dressed up outfit, this is more of a wintry idea. So with this dress, we've got some quarter length sleeves going on. Obviously it is sequined up to the max. It's all about the sequins for this midi dress. It's more of an ombre effect, which I thought looked really lovely, but it's still quite a fitted style of midi dress. I wore this with some court heels, gold court heels, which I love. You can tell this was a Christmas look, definitely got Christmas and New Year vibes going on. And then again, I've paired it with a clutch bag. But you can see with both of my dressed up looks, what I've done is gone for heels because I think they are great at elongating the legs and making a look more classic. So those were my styling tips for midi dresses. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and you found these tips helpful. If you also have any styling tips for midi dresses dresses, then leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear them. As I said, I absolutely love wearing midi dresses myself, so if you have any styling tips, do pass them my way. I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you thought about this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you all very soon with another new video. A very big thank you for watching. Bye!